Hi everyone, Olga here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, it's going to be a little bit unusual. I'm going to address something about me that you might have picked up and noticed in the previous videos, and I would like to talk about that here. Also, it's going to address why I decided to start this makeup channel because there is something that you need to know about me. When I was born, my parents were told that I was blind. I could not see anything. At the age of 3 months, a nurse came to my parents' house and told my mother that she thinks something is wrong with my eyes. We're going to now show you what this looks like, and I'm going to show you up close. So you probably have noticed that my eyes tend to shift and they are sort of out of focus. When the nurse told this to my mother, and where I was born in the former Soviet Union, being disabled in my country was not just, it's not to say that it's a problem, because we don't have services, we don't have things that go into all of that the same way that things are done in the West. I'm not saying it's, better here to be disabled or to be born handicapped, but you certainly have all the services in places. Back there, you were on your own, and when your parents are 22 years old and the nurse tells them that something is wrong with your girl's eyes, and this is the first child, and she's blind, and then when you take her to the doctor says, get rid of her, make another baby, and things will be fine, you are really left on your own. So my mother, a young girl, she had no choice but to start reading information and finding out what exactly is wrong with me. So she brought me, and my father took me to the medical institute by the name of Filatov. This is in Odessa, Ukraine, and showed me to one of the heads, professors. Yeah, he's a big shot there. He was an elderly gentleman, and he decided to try to treat me and try to diagnose me. He has diagnosed me with something called optic nerve hypoplasia. As a result of that, my optic nerves have not developed properly. I was born with a very small optic nerve on the left eye and pretty much non-existent on the right eye. Due to that fact, I had a very low vision. Because of the low vision, the eye, when it's trying to see, it's trying to focus. And so, because the eye is trying to focus, it's shifting. And when the eye is shifting, constantly looking for that focus point, it creates this kind of a shifty movement called nystagmus. There are different types of nystagmus. There is something called perpendicular nystagmus. There is also something called roundabout type of nystagmus, where your eyes are constantly doing this. And I have something that is called a horizontal nystagmus. So my eyes tend to do this kind of motion, and they're not really going really far out into the corners. They're sort of doing something like this. The eye, because it has a poor vision, is trying to focus. Because it's trying to focus and doing this, it also can't see. It's sort of a catch-22, where your eye, okay, so I can't see, I need to start doing this to get into focus, but because of that, it can't see. So unfortunately, that's that. They tried treating me, so my vision started growing, and by the age of 1 or 2, I started to see. My vision is not perfect. I do not see 20/20. I see about 20/70 in the left eye and 2400 or 2200 in the right eye, so I'm pretty much blind in this eye. It left me with lack of the depth perception, so I can't see the depth. Throughout my growing up, I would say, rather well. My parents worked really hard, took me to different doctors. They did what they possibly could do. Doctors would prescribe different vitamins and shots to enhance the vision. We did everything we could to get it so that I could function as an adult and be independent. My parents also thought really hard about my profession, see what would be best for me to do, because I can't see well. So I started learning languages. At the age of 14, my father hired a tutor. She came 3 times a week, and we studied languages. We started to work on English. And later on in life, I went on the program called Exchange Student. I ended up in Albuquerque, New Mexico for a year. I went back home after that once the program was over and went into the University of Odessa, Odessa National University, and I graduated with the interpreting translating degree. Because then by that point I was fluent in English, I'm also fluent in Russian, Ukrainian, and my degree allows me to work also with the German language, although I'm not considering myself fluent in German. So by this point, like I said, I'm an adult, I grew up, I graduated, this was 2003, we're going to fast forward into the future. Now I live in the United States of America here, and I work from home, and I work as a language interpreter for a very large company, and this is what I do for the living. My liking of the makeup did not arise immediately where some girls who are 16 years old and they're going to say, oh my goodness, I want to use my mom's makeup and let's try this and that and play with the eyeshadows. I was told when I was a little girl that makeup is not something approachable for me because one, I don't see well, so I can't really put it on my eyes real well. Two, people were telling me, like doctors and nurses, that it's going to draw attention to your eyes. You do not want to draw attention to your eyes. Eyeliners are not very healthy. You might have allergic reaction because your eyes are shifting and you have this nystagmus. You're going to have hard time putting on your makeup. And so a lot of this is complete and utter bollocks, to be honest with you. It's a lot of bollocks, and I'll explain to you why. You know, these are somebody else's opinions and thoughts, and as a young girl who feels insecure, I was prone in kind of soaking them up like a sponge and thinking, I cannot do makeup, I will never be able to do makeup. And even though it wasn't that important in that stage of my life to be able to do makeup, it always was kind of haunting me when, for instance, when I met my future husband and he took me to a couple of nice stores and he was really willing to buy some of the things for me and said, well, why don't you pick something here? I was embarrassed to acknowledge to him that I don't know the names of the brands. I don't understand what's good, what's bad, what's ugly. I cannot really tell you what I like because I have pretty much never played with makeup short of when I was 5 years old. I wanted to see what my father gave my mom, and he gave her Lancome, beautiful Lancome palette, and I wanted to see it, and I accidentally broke that. And this was a big deal back then because in Soviet Union, finding really great products or something, it was hard because we did have an Iron Curtain, and a lot of things were brought in by people who traveled to the West and people who worked in the West, and then they would bring it in with them and sell it for horrendous amounts of money. I mean, people would like bring these Lancome palettes and Lancome lipsticks, and this is what we knew back there. And so my experiences with makeup were very limited. Years down the road, I would say sometime in 2007, 2008, I started trying to go to Sephora, and I was just scared to go there. I was afraid because when they have these beautiful girls telling you, can I help you find something? I wouldn't even know where to begin. I knew nothing about these things. When I was exchange student, briefly, I was exposed to like CoverGirl makeup, you know, because I went to high school in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and so all the girls were using Maybelline and CoverGirl, so I did know the drugstore makeup for that. I did know what foundation, concealer was, and blush and lipsticks and all of that, so I knew what those things were, but I had never really developed into knowing how to use all of this stuff. And so for me to be able to start using it, I started kind of searching internet, started learning about it, started making myself go to Sephora and all of these makeup counters to try to learn. I started asking questions. I was really embarrassed. And a lot of times I noticed that it was okay. Many people don't know what they're doing, how they're using it, and it's okay. So I started to sort of forgiving myself. It's okay not to know everything. You don't have to know this. This is not your job. These people are here getting paid and they're going to explain and teach you. Nobody's going to laugh at you. And plus you're an adult. So at this point in life, I'm 36 years old. I don't really care if somebody says, ooh, you have a crappy makeup on, or you did a bad job with an eyeliner. Yeah, you know, it's okay. Because I just recently, in the last couple of years, started to acquire luxurious brands and makeup and acquire the knowledge. So in this channel, I would be teaching you what I know, and also I wanted to make this channel for those people just like myself who have visual impairments, who are insecure, who want to learn. I just want to tell you, don't be afraid to mess up. It's just makeup. Wipe it off. It's not a big deal. Enjoy yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I will see you in my next videos. I love you. Bye.